A man who's accused of molesting minors is seeing political heavyweights making a beeline to offer their obeisance. Yes, according to the Constitution of India, one is innocent until proven guilty. But in Karnataka, an alleged child abuser is getting an astonishingly long rope. The accused we are talking about is an influential Lingayat Seer, someone no politician so far has taken the risk to offend. Why? Because elections are around the corner and they need the vote of millions of his devotees. The pontiff of the Murugha Sharanaru Mutt is not being arrested or even being quizzed for that matter. Instead, he is holding court as if nothing has happened. Even though he's been booked under the stringent POCSO Act, he is yet to be questioned by the police. And these reactions from prominent politicians across party lines may be the reason why. Listen in to the character certificates that have been issued.
ಮಠದಲ್ಲಿರೋದೇ ಮಾಡುವಂಥ ಒಂದು ಷಡ್ಯಂತ್ರ ಇದು ತನಿಖೆ ಆಗ್ತಾ ಇದೆ ಸತ್ಯಾಸತ್ಯತೆ ಹೊರಬರುತ್ತೆ ಅವರು ಎಲ್ಲದರಿಂದ ಮುಕ್ತಿಯಾಗಿ ಹೊರಬರ್ತಾರೆ ಅವರ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಇಡೀ ನಾಡಿನ ಎಲ್ಲ ಜನ ಗೌರವ ಇಟ್ಕೊಂಡಿದ್ದಾರೆ
ಸ್ವಾಮಿಗಳ ವಿರುದ್ಧ ಎಫ್ಐಆರ್ ಆಗಿಲ್ಲ ಆದ್ರೆ ನೋಡೋಣ ಇವತ್ತು ಅದು ಒಳಜಗಳ ಬಸವರಾಜರ ಮಾಜಿ ಶಾಸಕ ಸ್ವಾಮಿಗಳ ಜಗಳ ಅದ್ರ ಮ್ಯಾಗ ಈ ಗಾಡಿ ಹಚ್ಚಿ ಎಲ್ಲೆಲ್ಲಿ ಹೊರಟಿದ್ರು ಅದು ಏನು ಕೋರ್ಟ್ ಡಿಸಿಷನ್ ತಗೋತದ ನೋಡು ಸರ್ಕಾರಕ್ಕೆ ಯಾವುದೇ ಅಂತವೆಲ್ಲ ಸ್ವಾಮಿಗಳ ಮೇಲೆ ಆರೋಪ ಮಾಡಿದ ತಪ್ಪು ಇಂಥ ಸ್ವಾಮಿ ಇರೋರು ಒಂದಿಬ್ಬರು ಸ್ವಾಮಿಗಳ ಉಳ್ಕೊಂಡಿದ್ದಾರೆ.
Yes, see, from childhood I am following this mutt. So it is my duty to come and meet Swami. That it will take take its own course. If they are really guilty, then see, unless it is proved, I cannot say anything. But unless, see, if you allow me, I will also go and meet the children also. But the police people and the department is not allowing me to go there and talk to the children.
No, because it is a religious head and lakhs together people devotees for the Murugha Mata Sri, and there is allegations and counter allegations also there. And Swamiji already expressed that is some vested interest. These all false allegations have been made. It is all, everything will come out only proper investigation.
I don't know the fact. According to me, I have seen that he is a very noble man who has done some great contribution to the state. Let me leave it to the let me not interfere with the whatever the police or the government is doing it, because I can't only reply to whatever you are telling. Let me examine it, then I'll come back to you.
ಅಣ್ಣ, ನಾನು ಮಠದ ಭಕ್ತನಾಗಿ ಸುಮಾರು ಒಂದು 5 ದಿನದಿಂದ ನಾನು ಮಠದಲ್ಲೇ ಇದ್ದೀನಿ. ನಾನು ಏನಿದು ವಿಸಿಟ್ಗೆ ಅಂತ ಬಂದಿರೋದಲ್ಲ, ನಾನು ಇಲ್ಲೇ ಇದ್ದೀನಿ, ಓಡಾಡ್ತಾನೆ ಇದ್ದೀನಿ, ಕಂಟಿನ್ಯೂಟಿಯಲ್ಲಿ ಇದ್ದೀನಿ. ಅಲ್ಲ, ಇದು ಬುದ್ಧಿಯವರ ಮೇಲೆ ಒಂದು ಆಪಾದನೆ ಬಂದಿದೆ. ನಾನು ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಮಕ್ಕಳ ವಿಚಾರದಲ್ಲಿ ನಾವಿಲ್ಲೆಲ್ಲೂ ಇನ್ವಾಲ್ವ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಇಲ್ಲ. ಮಕ್ಕಳಿಗೆ ನಿಜವಾಗ್ಲೂ ಅನ್ಯಾಯ ಆಗಿದ್ರೆ ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ನ್ಯಾಯ ದೊರಕಲೇಬೇಕು, ಅದರಲ್ಲಿ ಎರಡನೇ ಮಾತೇ ಇಲ್ಲ. ಅದರಲ್ಲಿ ಅದೇ ರೀತಿ ಇದು ಒಂದು ಪೀಠದ ಗೌರವ ಇದೆ. ಬುದ್ಧಿಗುಳದಿಂದ ಅದೇನು ಸತ್ಯಾಸತ್ಯತೆ ಅದು ತನಿಖೆಯಿಂದನೇ ಹೊರಗಡೆ ಬರಬೇಕು. ಆ ಸತ್ಯಾಸತ್ಯತೆ ಹೊರಗಡೆ ಬರೋ ತನಕ ಅದ್ರ ಹಿಂದಿನ ಷಡ್ಯಂತ್ರ ಆಗಿದೆಯಾ ಅಥವಾ ತಪ್ಪಾಗಿದೆಯಾ ಅನ್ನೋದು ಅರ್ಥ.
And the political patronage being given to the accused has larger implications as a number of lapses were witnessed in the case which may have led to diluting of evidence in this matter. The seer was allowed to address gatherings even in such sensitive circumstances. He's back at the mutt, which has not been cordoned off, thereby compromising the sanctity of the alleged site of the crime. The spot inspection with victims was done at the same time when the seer was on the same premises. And this year was even allowed access to the girls' hostel. Perhaps emboldened by a lack of any action or restriction from the police, even others from his fraternity have extended open support.
ಅದನ್ನ ಹೇಳಿಕ್ಕೆ ಆಗೋದಿಲ್ಲ. ಅದನ್ನ ಈಗ ಈ ಮುಂದಿನ ಗೋಷ್ಠಿಯಲ್ಲಿ ಹೇಳೋಣ. ಅದನ್ನ ಮುಂದಿನ ಗೋಷ್ಠಿಯಲ್ಲಿ ಹೇಳೋಣ.
You're watching the News Hour at 10, debate number 2 on Times Now, Super Prime Time.
Let's go across to our guest joining us now. We have with us Pramila Nesargi, lawyer and activist. Also with us is Anurag Naidu, author. With us also is Bhavna Ramana, who's also an actor, and Said Aslam Pasha, spokesperson of the JDS, is with us. You were on the show yesterday, Pramila Nesargi, and we started by asking you a simple question. You know, leave alone the arrest. You know, Mr. Vishwanath, who's himself a leader of the BJP, has asked why there is no arrest in POCSO. But can you explain to me, ma'am, why 5 days hence the police have not even spoken to or interrogated the main accused in a case of POCSO? I mean, that is virtually unheard of. There may not be any, CRPC rule that is binding on the police, but it's absolutely mind-boggling that the cops have not even spoken to the prime accused. Pramila Nesargi?
I do not know whether you know the procedure. According to the procedure, everything is being done in accordance with law and the guidelines laid down by the Supreme Court. Show me where is the variation. Case has been registered, has been transferred to the proper court for having jurisdiction. Statements of the victims have been recorded in the presence of the complainant and others. Thereafter, medical examination has been done. 161 statements have been recorded. Then thereafter, 164 statements have also been recorded. The inspection also has been done. Start inspection. Why? Where is the mistake considered with the department? Tell me where it has happened. In the meantime, Section 41A notice has been issued to the Swami.
Let me quickly bring it.
He has been questioned.
Said Aslam Pasha. No. Said Aslam Pasha, all procedures have been fulfilled. There is no deviation from the law or the precedent of the law. Do you agree with Pramila Nesargi?
Madhav, I just want to tell you and Pramila Nesargi ji that there are serious allegations and charges have been made against the Seer and the 4 other accused. When I say serious allegations and charges, it is POCSO, and also I got to know that there's a case of SC/ST Act which is also being booked. Now, especially coming to the POCSO, right? In any other case, Madhav, you need to know, in any other case, the accused is not, till he is not convicted, until unless is proven guilty. But in POCSO cases, it's the other way.
Yes.
That the investigation needs to happen, at a faster pace. The POCSO Act itself says that this is brought in to bring in the robust approach in the judicial system, right? And unfortunately, if there is any...
Let Pramila Nesargi respond to that. Section 29 of the POCSO Act, Pramila Nesargi, puts a burden of proof on the accused. It is for the accused to prove that he is innocent. It is not a normal law. And that is why there is so much outrage in the country, Pramila Nesargi.
There is no absolute presumption. Rebuttable presumption in law under the Evidence Act. The prosecution has to prove first. Then the rebuttable presumption is there. It is not absolute presumption. I do not know where is the law of evidence. They have to prove prima facie that such an incident has happened. Then the burden shifts on the accused. Then he also has to show that he has not committed. We have not yet reached the stage. It is under the investigation stage. After all the evidence is collected, police will decide whether Swamiji has to be arrested and custodial investigation is required.
I'm just going to read out what Section 29 says. It says where a person is prosecuted for committing or abetting or attempting to commit any offence under Section 3, 5, Section 9 of this Act, the Special Court shall presume that such person has committed or abetted or attempted to commit the offence as the case may be, unless the contrary is proved. So it is the burden is on the accused very clearly, ma'am. Section 29 spells it out in black and white.
When does the evidence come? Once the charge sheet is filed and inquiry is held, the burden comes there.
So therefore the seriousness of such a case.
Is it at the investigation place? Tell me. What says? Inquiry, investigation, charge sheet.
Ma'am, that is the problem. The inquiry has not even begun. The accused has not even been spoken to.
I would like
such a serious section being invoked, despite that the police is soft peddling. Kasturi Shankar, actor, wants to come in on this. Yes, Kasturi Shankar.
I was with Ms. Nesargi on another debate as well, and I really want to know, I'm an advocate as well, and I really want to know, in any other case, let's take the example of any other citizen of India, in a POCSO case, ma'am, can you please advise me on how many days they can go without actually being taken into custody and taken in for investigation? The police has not even approached the accused for investigation. We are not at any point saying he is guilty. We are not passing a verdict. But in any other citizen's case, if it was an armed army, how many minutes, how many hours before a person is taken in for investigation?
Is there any case in the country? The moment the case is filed, accused is arrested? Show me one case. Show me one case.
I can show you many cases. Bravado is not going to help. I can show you many cases. The fact remains that once a person, once a complaint and an FIR is filed on the basis of POCSO, there are no anticipatory bail options. And this is both a PCA case as well as a POCSO case.
Okay.
The whole point of that, it has become a mockery of a law that was brought in order to protect the interests.
All right, let me quickly come in now. Ladies, let me quickly come in and let me bring in Anurag Naidu on this. Anurag Naidu, there is an important point being made over here. The point is this, and there are three very important points. Listen to me. You can respond to each one of them. First, there are elections in Karnataka. Political parties do not want to upset a leader of a powerful vote bank. Second, the police is caught for the 5th day. They have not yet interrogated the Seer. Is it because of political pressure? Is it because of the signaling given by the various political parties? Even Mr. Saeed Aslam Pasha, who's incidentally sitting on the panel, and I'm going to ask him that question. Even your legislator, sir, went today to that mutt, and he's given us a bite over there, Mr. Virendra Papi. So it is not any one party. It's not only the ruling party, BJP. It is also the Congress, who is treading very cautiously, and it is also the JDS, which is trying to send signals that they are with this Seer. Every political party, therefore, is guilty of this, Anurag Naidu, today, and that is a symptom of a larger malaise. What about the victims? Are these girls lying? Yeah. Are you saying that these girls, minors who have come out, risking their image, risking their entire physical well-being, their mental well-being, these girls are lying? Is that the argument today we are going to tell the nation?
No, Madhav, you are absolutely right. And there is no doubt in saying that all the parties of Karnataka are backing him, and this is on record. But to say that the government is not acting enough, I don't think that, I think that will be too fast and too quick for us, too preemptive for us to say this, because government who has a Lingaya chief minister, right, and who has been backed by Mr. Yadurappa, none other than Mr. Yadurappa, has already supported the investigation. When POCSO has been already applied to this case, and there is a fast-track investigation already going on, what we are lacking is, yes, the interrogation is something that we would like to see, but I'm very confident in the next 1 or 2 days there will be interrogation, there will be questioning, because in such a high-profile matter, let's give it. It's not easy for the police to just go knock the door and bring somebody out, because you know lakhs of devotees of Dr. Shivamurthy and Chitradurga. He's a very influential mutt. In fact, you see MLAs making, the battery of MLAs making rounds around his corridors. So it's not easy, and there's a law and order situation. Let us give some breathing space to the police.
Is that really an acceptable excuse if there's a law and order situation? I'm going to bring in Brinda Adige on that. Brinda Adige, there may be a law and order situation. He admits that yes, all political parties are doing nothing but appeasement in an election year. But I mean, what kind of arguments are these? Here he is a citizen. Are some citizens above the law? Should the law not apply equally to everybody?
Yes, if those citizens happen to be the ones who would turn the votes for or against, yes, they are above the law. That law does not apply to them. Mr. Naidu is making baseless statements, because if you say that it's a high-profile case and there is community that is there, are you then saying that we are ordinary citizens? My one vote doesn't count for you. And Mrs. Pramila Nesargi, you are saying, show me a case where arrest has been made. Show me a case where the alleged accused has come and addressed the gathering and stated over there that he is innocent. Please show me any one case like that. You are talking about this particular person because he's so powerful and he holds your votes in his hands. And all the pontiffs who have come in support of this man.
We respect this, Swamiji. There is no law that he cannot speak. There is no law that he cannot address. Show me a law that he cannot address. Show me one law that he cannot meet the people. If I want to meet Can I not meet? I got great respect for him. I won't meet him. What is wrong with it? So also, the entire citizens of the state, they have privilege and they have great respect and they won't see.
Pramila Nesargi, leave aside all that. Leave aside the legality. One second. Pramila Nesargi, one second. Let me just come in now. Brinda Adige, Pramila Nesargi, let me come in. There's one panelist who has not yet spoken, and before I go across to her, I want to ask Pramila Nesargi a matter of principle. Ma'am, you are right on law. You are more senior than anybody on this panel. You have been an outspoken advocate of women's rights, and that's why it would pain many people to see the kind of argument you are taking today. It is a matter of principle, ma'am. If he is a man of religion, if he is a leader of those people, if he is a person who has sacrificed or is supposed to have sacrificed so much, why can he not sacrifice his position? Why should he not submit himself before the law?
Is he not cooperating with the investigation? Why you say he's not doing it?
Voluntary police
He is a Prajna. He is above. He is according to us, Acharya Devo Baba. We consider him as God. What is the prevention? So why you say he must be prevented from meeting people?
Ma'am, this is a matter of principle. This is a matter of principle. And this is a matter of principle for a man wearing saffron, a man who everybody respects. If he was really innocent, why does he not submit himself for an investigation? Answer that, please.
Who said he's not submitting? Yeah, is he prohibiting any police from coming and checking?
He should voluntarily go. He should voluntarily go, madam.
Are we the investigating officers? When we have to interrogate?
I am sorry, ma'am. You may have a lot of legal and technical points on the matter of principle. On a matter of principle, I am sorry, your arguments just don't hold healthy water. Kasturi Shankar wants to respond to you. Kasturi Shankar.
Today's news states that they have applied for anticipatory bail on behalf of Swami Shivamurthy. So are you able to corroborate that? Are you going to deny it? You're going to, because if he is stopping the police, nobody is stopping the police, then it's the news of the anticipatory bail.
Right to seek anticipatory bail? Do you say that they cannot approach the court? You
can't say both sides. You can't say we are doing nothing. We are fully cooperating with the police, and then on the other side, you're saying what is the law against anticipatory bail? Could you just tell me what is the fact?
They are deemed to have been punished. They are deemed to have been committed a guilt.
Let me bring in Bhavna Ramana now. Bhavna Ramana, you have mentioned that you have interacted with this here. One second, ladies and gentlemen, please let me just come in now. I want to bring in Bhavna Ramana, who's an actor. Bhavna Ramana, you have mentioned that you have met this here, you have interacted with him several times, and the simple question I want to ask you is this. When it comes to politics, there is a principle that is generally followed when acts of impropriety come to the fore, that Caesar's wife must be above suspicion. Why should it not apply to those who are religious leaders as well?
This is not about religion, this is about caste. It's about the...
One second, madam. Kasturi Shankar, you've spoken. Let Bhavna come in now, please.
Actually, the word itself is not right. You know, it cannot be a religious leader. There cannot be leaders in religion thing. Dharmikavadantaru, yavaglu, the Dharmika people, they are not a leader. They never want to become a leader. They are the acharyas, as Pramila ma'am was talking about, and they become the guru. They become the margadarshak for everyone. So I don't think they'll ever intend to become a leader to start with. So there is no question of them they're handling the situation in a very political manner at all. There is no such situation at all. Here, the Chitradurga and Murugha Rajendra Matha and Shivkumar Swamiji, the whole thing has a different color and different feel and different thing for people. It's very heartening for us to know something like this happening in Karnataka to start with. It is never a case that we have heard of a story such in Karnataka to start with. And that too, Chitradurga.
Ma'am, I'm sorry to interrupt you, but as a devotee, if you feel bad, that one can understand your feelings, but that should not prevent the law from taking its course. Come on, there will be other devotees of other denominations who will say the same thing. If their leader tomorrow is accused of the same way, there is no end to this. Because we are seeing a repeat of what happened in the case of other spiritual leaders, whether it is Asaram Bapu, whether it is what happened in Ram Rahim's case. There were very serious charges in Rampal's case. It's the same thing that happened. Devotee says we can't believe. The law finds out and eventually convicts these individuals.
Murugha Rajendra Matta Swamigal, he never called himself a leader. I don't think he ever wanted to be a leader too. So he is never a leader. There is something, when it is a spirituality, there is nothing called as leader. That is when
ma'am, he is the head of the mutt. So let's not get into technicalities. These are all jargon. These are all jargon, whether you call him Acharya, whether you call him Guru, whether you call him Mathadish, whether you call him Swamigal, it does not matter. It is about the person who is heading a very powerful religious sect or religious institution. And that's why I want to quickly bring in Brinda Adige for the closing comments. Brinda Adige, you know, we have gone from technical arguments to spiritual arguments. At the end of the day, does the law not apply to all of us equally? And should it not?
Absolutely. It applies to everybody equally. If this Matta head is carrying a voter ID, has a passport, then he falls within the purviews of the Indian Constitution and all the laws, irrespective of his spirituality and whatever the devotees believe about him. The law is the same. He is also booked under the Prevention Act. I didn't discuss.
How are you going to reverse that?
Hold on. Ethically, forget about everything else. Ethically, is it not the right thing for him to say, I'm here to support with the investigation, I will cooperate, and I will now step down from this position.
He has said
till
that.
The case
Ma'am,
is
he has
over.
said that.
Okay.
He has said that he is very much in his own premise.
That
All right, ladies and gentlemen, all that we are saying is this, that a person who is, an inspiration for many should also be setting an example in cases such as this. If he has nothing to hide, he should submit himself to the investigation. I think that's very clear and simple, and that's the message going out here. Pramila Nesargi, Anurag Naidu, Bhavna Ramana, Syed Aslam Pasha, G.V. Patil, as well as Kasturi Shankar, I'd like to thank all of you, as well as Brinda Adige for joining us this evening, and Pramila Nesargi for very spiritedly putting up a defense. I may not agree with you, ma'am, but a very spirited defense that you've put up. Thank you so much, ladies and gentlemen, for joining us this evening.